Hey, what's going on, positive people? What's up, HCR fam? And welcome to yet another edition of the Be Positive Music Show right here on Holy Culture Radio, SiriusXM channel 140. And it is the end of a quarter, so you already know what time it is. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Ear to the Streets himself, Luke DiMarzio. Say what's up to the family.
What's up? Thanks for having me again, man. This is a highlight of my fourth quarter here. This is great. I hope your New Year's going great, and yeah, appreciate you.
Yeah. I had a good Christmas. It was nice. Looking forward to the new year and all it brings, all the music that it's going to bring as well. So this is going to be fun. This interview is a part of my CHH 2K24 review. At the end of the year, I like to bring on as many friends as possible to the platform just to talk about Christian hip hop. But you're a regular. You've done this plenty of times before. If you are a frequent visitor of my YouTube channel and of my radio show, you know what time it is. Luke is going to walk through his 5 favorite albums of October. And I'm just going to go ahead and pass it over to you, Luke. Take it from here.
What's up? Yeah. Oh man, this final quarter altogether there's just so many amazing projects. And so October started out for me, KRL and Kieran the Light. They dropped a collaboration project called Pray For 'Em. And I like it, the play on words.
Yeah,
right?
nice.
Pray for 'em, FORUM, but also pray for 'em, like pray for them.
Yeah, nice.
And I mean, if you follow Kieran or KRL at all, you know, it's just lyricism and straight up just gospel truth throughout the whole thing. It's really, really dope. And then of course, Jared Sanders dropped Talk to Me Nice Volume 2. Jared Sanders had an amazing year this year. He put out a lot of dope stuff. And Talk to Me Nice Volume 2. I think Talk to Me Nice Volume 2 was a little more serious, some more serious tones to some of the stuff he was talking about. Some more introspective beats like DCR 2 on there. I can't remember the final track on the whole project was really dope too. But anyway, really, really good project there from Jared. And then this other one, I don't know how to pronounce this name. Nas.
Maybe he's Nas with the flow. I don't know.
And George, these guys are from Heaven on Earth, and they put out a OTR, which means on the radar. So I actually didn't know much about this, but someone on Instagram was like, hey, is this another Heaven on Earth project? If you go and look at all the features, it has like everybody from Heaven on Earth on there. It's got the on the radar motif. It looks like those on the radar posts you see all the rappers do on Instagram. You know, it's kind of like that mainstream, that modern sound, the wavy vibes, a little like trappish stuff. Yeah. But I thought it was an enjoyable listen, especially for me not knowing anything about it and hearing about it like 2 weeks late. I thought it was really nice.
Nice.
And then of course, Tori Deshawn, Come and See, is a really dope project. It's up there, album of the year conversations for everybody. Tori's just really gifted, creative person, and I think this is his first full-length album actually. So he did a collaboration project with Kiwi Morse, like I want to say 2017. That was probably the last time I saw him do a full album, but this is like full on, like just Tori on a full album. I thought he did a great job.
It's fantastic.
It's really, really good, really good. And then Jackie Hill Perry is my 5th project that I liked in October. Practice. Now this project, I know it's an EP, it's called Practice, but she had a lot of people tuning in because of this, what she said about no lyricism in Christian hip hop. And I mean, I think she had some bars and she had some flows. I don't know. Like it wasn't for what she was talking about. I was ready for something crazy, and this was just like same old from Jackie. Not that it was bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do want to clarify, because I always refer to Jackie Hill Perry as the Jackie Hill Perry. I'm a big Jackie Hill Perry fan. She said there's not a lot. She didn't say there was none. She said there's not a lot.
Yeah, and then she couldn't name any rappers either.
She named Indie Tribe. She named Aha Gazelle, which I'm a big fan of Aha as well. So she named a few. Not enough though. Not enough. We have more. We have way more.
Well, especially considering that she's like been featured on a bunch of stuff too, and like she couldn't name Swoop or something. Like,
oh gosh, yeah,
it was crazy. Anyway, sorry, we already dug that up. We talked about that a couple of months ago, but anyway,
it's fun to talk about though.
So yeah, that's it for October. Those are my projects for October. Really solid month. I'm sure I missed a couple, but those are my top 5.
Got you, man. It was a good month. I thought things were. I mean, it was a solid month, so I thought things were starting to slow down. But we're going to talk about that next month, whether or not things actually slow down in the month of November. But for right now, I think what's best for us to do right now is to go ahead and pause and let's go to our. Yeah. Let's play some music. Let's pick 3 songs. Name our first song that we're going to check out here, and then we'll go to break.
Yeah, all right. That first song is called "Beware of the False Prophets" by KRL and Kieran the Light.
You got it. So you guys sit back, relax. Luke DiMarzio is going to take you for a ride of his favorite songs for the month of October. So you guys sit back, relax, and we'll be right back.
You are now tuned in to the #1 station for Christian hip hop and R&B, Holy Culture Radio on SiriusXM.
And we're back, HCR fam. It's B+. It is Luke DiMarzio. We're walking through the 4th quarter of CHH, the latest and greatest that has dropped in this last quarter of the year. So we are going to stop and take a listen to, or not take a listen to, but let Luke tell you guys what you guys heard for the first 3 songs of the show.
Yeah, that first one, again, was KRL and Kieran the Light.
Last LP got it off my sleeve. This LP, me and God outside. Don't play with my dog, you know my pet peeves. Yeah, patiently waiting, preparing and praying for peace. You don't want no smoke. This ain't no game when I call in an angel. You know I ain't talking to Reese, okay?
Beware of the False Prophets. The second track that you heard there was the Jackie Hill Perry with the song Pick It Up.
Freedom to preach. P is Aquila, Priscilla is me. We ain't the one, but the one who begets is the one in the 3. CC's we whining for free. Whining the vinyls, we finding the sheets. I'ma remind them the time is a common denominator. Lady Day is the lead.
And the last song you heard there was Jared Sanders, Take It Easy.
Man, I done been round, I done been back, I done been down, yeah, I fall too. Been down and I came up and I bounced back when I called. Hold up.
That last one, I love the sample that he used there, that Hosier song.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. I love that. The way it comes in and stuff right there is pretty epic. I love that song.
Yeah. Jared has had a year. He's had a year for sure. So, and apparently he wasn't done. And we'll get into that a little bit later. A few teasers for you guys right there. But let's go ahead and let's move on and let's talk about the month of November.
November was the strongest month in CHH 2024. It might have been the strongest month that I can remember in recent history. Like,
wow.
if you just look at all these releases, I'm gonna have a really long list of honorable mention. If you just look at all these releases, like, most of these are gonna be in my album of the year conversation at the end. You know, I do a 25 album list, and so a lot of these are going to be on that list. Yeah. So the first one that comes to mind when I think about November 2024 is C4 Cortona, Though the Scars Remain.
Yeah.
This album is crazy. There's not a skip on it. He's such a good storyteller. He switches up. Dude can sing. He's singing a lot of hooks on here.
Yeah.
And like, just I love his voice, his vocals, Dax Hammer on the beats. This is amazing. It is off the charts, like 10 out of 10 album for me. I love this album.
Yeah, I think C4 has really tapped into something special, and he had a busy year as well. I think you had some music from him in our last quarter as well. The album that he has with, is that with Dayton?
With Dayton, yeah.
Yeah. So he's had a busy year as well. But I think that one of the tougher things for gritty artists to do is to create songs. They're really good at spitting bars, but they're not so good at creating songs. And I think that C4 does a great job of that. And then you mentioned the storytelling. I think that C4 is on to something special. So let's keep going.
Okay. The next one is The Saga, his album As of Late. Again, like, this album is so good. Like, this
it really is.
This dude has been like top-notch creative. Like, dude can sing, of course, but dude, some flows on here. Again, I love the storytelling. I love like when he can just make bangers, and it's like it's a really freaking solid album. I was really like surprised about this. I probably listened to it maybe like a week late. I had it, you know how it is, like you save all these things in your library and you go back and listen to it, and this was one I just kept putting off. But then once I listened to it, I probably kept going back to it like the next like 4 or 5 times I listened to something. It was this album. It's so good. I love the saga. I've always kind of been a fan of him, but I think this is probably his best project he's put out. It was really.
I love that song "Man Down" on there. "Man Down" is that's probably my. It was hard to have a favorite, so let's not do favorites. Let's just say that's one of my favorites on there.
Yeah. And then we got, of course, everybody's gonna know this one. DJ Michael V and 1995. They put out Bodega 2 in November. Yep. And so, man, I've only listed 3 albums right now, and these are going to be in like everybody's top 5. I think, in my opinion, they should be in everybody's top 5 of the year. Like Bodega 2, I find it stronger than Bodega 1. I just like the mafioso, like the strings in the beats and stuff. It's just more chilled out. Bodega 1 was still fire, but I feel like I listened to Bodega 2 already more than I listened to Bodega 1. I like some of the features on there. The Lecrae song was crazy. The Alano Adon song at the end was crazy. 350 had some crazy stuff on there. C4, you name it. There's like all the stuff on this is just flames. Yeah.
I still feel like J Monty Fall of Rome. Him and Lecrae as a tandem. That was I didn't expect that, and they killed it. They killed it.
Yeah. Keeping on going, we got St. James, The Best Is Yet to Come. Again, St. James, just off the charts creative. He's an amazing producer. He's a good dude. I've talked to him quite a few times. I've seen him at Holy Smoke the last couple years.
Oh, okay.
He was a Rapzilla freshman, so I've interviewed him and all this stuff. So it's been really cool to watch him come up like this. Now, his project that he released a few years ago was a lot more waves, a lot more of him singing and stuff. Again, he mixed it up on this one. Like, he's spitting some flows. He reminds me, and I hate to say this, but he reminds me of like Andy Mineo. Like,
I was gonna say that too.
He's that type of artist, man. He's really, really good, man. And so this project is great. This project is really good. I would recommend you go listen to this if you haven't listened to it. Really strong album. And then the last one of my top 5. Now I've got quite a bit more to share after this, but the last one of my top 5 is Michael Luis. Pray for Me. This one like snuck up on me, but there's some crazy features on here. He's got Paris Kariz, he's got Thizzle, and then just like, again, I really appreciate these artists that they're not staying in one lane where it's just rappity, or not just wavy and just like singing through everything. This guy is really good at mixing everything up. This is my first thing I ever heard from him. He did a really good job at putting stuff on socials. I think he probably did some paid ads. That's how I found him. And so I was really surprised listening to this album. And it was one of those that I was like dropping in other chats, like, hey, check this out. This guy's actually really good.
Yeah.
And,
I remember you dropped it in the other chat that we have.
Yeah. A lot of people were like, oh, wow, actually, this is really good. Yeah. And so that's another one should be on your radar if you haven't listened to it. I just thought it was fire. Yeah. All right. And then we got...
now as you teased before, you said that November was probably the heaviest month in recent history as it relates to dope releases. So let's hop into some of these honorable mentions.
Yeah, the homie Adam, he dropped Road Less Taken, and it's on Bandcamp right now. I imagine it's going to be on Bandcamp for a while, but I copped it the day it dropped. He's got some crazy features on there. The beats go crazy. I like Adam's like flow. I like some of his wordplay, his metaphors. He's like a rapper's rapper, I think. And then this other guy, Cell Block, he dropped Already One. Cell Block, he's done some stuff with like 3 and Jeremiah Blygen and people like that. I think some Hog Mob guys are on some of the stuff. It's kind of that vibe. But again, like great rapper. It's a good project. Joshua Luke Smith, he's actually a guy from the UK, but I met him at Holy Smoke this year.
Really?
I like turn around, he's standing behind me. I was like, "You're Joshua Luke Smith?" He's like, "Yeah, I am." I was like, "What? I thought do you live here?" He's like, "No, I was just in town and I was here." He was here to see somebody. I can't remember who it was. Maybe Sarah Jewers he was there to see.
Oh,
but anyway,
got you.
Joshua Luke Smith, this is a really, really solid album. It's got some really commercial kind of sound to it, so a little CCM on there, but dude's got a really good flow. I don't know if you followed him at all, but he's been around for quite a while. He's really good spoken word poet, artist.
Yeah, that's where I know him from.
Yeah,
I know him more for spoken word stuff.
Yeah, but it's a really strong album, man. And of course, we'll keep rolling. Another honorable mention for November is Young Drew with Draft Day.
Project.
It's a good project. Yeah, I hadn't listened to much Young Drew, but he did the cipher at Holy Smoke, and I thought he did really, really well. And so I checked this out. I wasn't disappointed. Keeping on. We got EGR repping the West Coast. Man in the making. I think that this flew under a lot of people's radar. This guy has been around for a minute. You know, he collaborates with Miles and all those guys out west, but he put out this album, and we're gonna get into it. But he's got a song with 7 on there, and I really like that. And then Mouthpiece, he dropped the Lazarus EP in November. Again, a heavy hitter. Again, another one that dropped in November. Too. And then to finish out my honorable mentions for November, Monster Tarver, he released his Monster Mashup tape, and it's just a fun mixtape. He kind of reused some verses and put them over some commercial beats, and it sounds really, really dope. It's really fun, and it's a really quick listen. I want to say it's like 20 minutes for like 10 songs. So
yeah, as always, whenever we sit down and do this, there's always new people where I was kind of like, where is he finding these people from? Like, this a new, every time you come on, there's always somebody getting played for the first time on radio, or at least they're new to me. So so I really appreciate you stopping by and putting us on these new artists. So with that being said, pick some songs for the month of November. Again, give us 3 and kick us off with the first one we're going to hear.
Yeah, the first song you're going to hear is C4 Cortona, Free.
Nice one. All right, HCR fam, this is the Be Positive Music Show. You guys check out this new one. And I believe this is the first time this is getting played on Holy Culture Radio. So an HCR debut, you guys sit tight, and we'll be right back.
You can catch the Be Positive Music Show with B Plus each Saturday at 6 p.m. right here on Holy Culture Radio.
Welcome back, Holy Culture family. It's B Plus hanging out with Luke DiMarzio, Mr. Ear to the Streets. We have now walked through the month of October and of November. We're headed towards December. But before we do that, Luke, let us know what we heard during our November second quarter set.
Yeah, again, that first song was Free by C4 Cortona.
I do not care what the enemy say. The Lord said he already defeated. I'm ready to run in the fire to save them. I'm praying, they saying they need it. They said that they hungry for truth in the booth, bread of life on the mic trying to feed it. Read it, pray that the spirit that God walk inside of the room, you believe it.
The second song was EGR featuring Brian T and 7, In the Room.
Y'all today, life ain't stressing y'all today. Give glory.
And then that last song was Michael Lewis, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Forever and Always, featuring Georgia and Thizzle.
Cause you're more than me to be great. I know I'm far from a saint. Use me for pictures you paint. I'll be the light in the lake. You know that's my city, Lorraine.
Man. I gotta give you your props, because I love blending music together. I like creating like nice three song sets for like my radio show. What you did with In the Room and Forever Always, is that the same key? It felt like In the Room. It
feels good, yeah.
Oh, it felt so good. I was on a walk listening to what you sent me, and when that happened, I forgot I was on a walk. I had my left hand up in the air. I was like, oh, neighbors gonna see me worshiping. It was perfect. Great. Love that blend. And the song In the Room, that sample, then the lady singing Forever and Always. I believe her name is Georgia. I think that's her name. She, man, beautiful voice. So yeah, you
Good.
killed that. You killed that, man. I gotta give you your props,
Cool.
man.
Thanks.
We need
Thanks.
some Luke playlists. We need some Luke playlists, man. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into December. December picked up where November left off. So what you got coming up first?
Yeah, the first project that I think of in December is Back Row Hero by Gavin the Hot Rod. This is interesting. I talked about this album without mentioning it on my Twitter. My daughter was listening to it with me, and she was like, "What makes this guy a Christian rapper?" I was like, "Well, he talks about Jesus." She's like, "He's talking a lot about himself." But I was like, man, it's still a good album. But yeah, my perspective changed after my daughter pointed that out to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like Gavin the Hot Rod, he's kind of filling the space in CHH that Alex Faith left. He reminds me a lot of Alex Faith with the
That's a good
with
callback.
the southern flows, this chilled out beats and stuff like that. Yeah, so I hope he stays around for a while. I love southern rap. I love that style. So the next project that came out in December that I love is Young C and Jackson, King of Glory. Now I've talked about Young C on your show quite a bit. This is one of his best albums in recent memory. It's been a while since I feel like I could ride through a whole album of his. But I really appreciate Young C. He actually sent this to me early, and so I got to listen to it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I've been following his career for quite a while. His and I actually talked about his debut album on here whenever I was doing my
Was that
Under the
Vitamin C?
Radar. Yeah, his Under the Radar projects of the last 10 years, you know, I was saying like, man, this is really slept on. And I think you heard it for the first time then. Vitamin C, still
Absolutely.
one of my favorites. So it's great to see someone still standing 10 toes down on what they believe and doing the same kind of vibes all these years later. The next project, and I think this is gonna be a top project for a lot of people too.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Blygen, The Flames Will Not Consume You. Now this is a concept album. He's going through the book of Daniel here, and there's some really crazy flows on here. A couple decent features, but for the most part, it's just like consistent bars, and like, dude is just a top-notch lyricist, man. I was telling everybody, hey, hold off on these end of the year lists because you haven't heard this album yet. And I think that a lot of people are glad that they held off to write those lists, because this one's going to be top of mind when you think about 2024 moving forward. So
I agree.
Yeah. And then we got Jared Sanders. He dropped Gift of Gab 3. Now that was only released on Even, but it was $5 or pay what you want kind of thing. So I always support an artist that is putting out stuff like that. So, but Gift of Gab 3, he just had a great year. We've talked about him already on here, but and Gift of Gab, this is like a smaller project than his other Gift of Gab projects, but it still had some fire stuff on there, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in 2025. I know that he's got some big plans for 2025 as well.
He's still working.
Yeah. And then this last project, this guy Obliterator. Now this is exhibit A of someone who needs to change their name, because I follow him on Instagram, but you have to type in 0BLIT3R4T, I think 0R. Like, it's that ridiculous.
It's too hard.
It's too hard.
When you send it to me, I was like, I don't know. Am I putting in a password? I didn't know if this is like the
he needs to change it. He just needs to be Obliterator. Nobody else is called that. Why does it have to look like a computer programmer? But anyway,
it sounds nice though.
Right. He's just rappity raps. It's like very underground sound, but like kind of gritty. But this dude's from Vegas, and so I got to put some Vegas guys on. So I haven't ever met him in person, but I know some people who know him, some people that threw me his music a while back, and so I've kind of been following him as he releases stuff. He's really solid rapper. So I hope that he gets connected to some of these other Vegas cats out here, and they can help him, tell him to change his name.
You gotta. It's just too. just being able to be identified or being able to look you up. If somebody says to check it out, they can't find it.
Right.
Like me, I could not find it. I literally had to go to your message and copy and paste.
Yeah,
so
that's how I
just
had to do
find
it. Yeah.
So.
The only way that I know that he drops is because I go to follow him, right? And so then it tells me when he drops. So I don't have to type it in every time I'm looking for him. My music just tells me. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, great. Well, those are some more songs for you guys, or some more albums for you guys to check out. December definitely did not disappoint as well. So we're going to go ahead and go to another musical break. So again, we have three songs coming up by Luke DiMarzio, all from albums that came out in the month of December. What's the first one we're going to check out?
Yeah, the first song you want to hear here is Gavin the Hot Rod, Grouse Killer featuring 350.
All right, you heard it. HCR fam, you guys don't go anywhere. Stay right here. We will be back to wrap up the show in about 10 to 15 minutes. You guys don't go anywhere.
Keep it locked.
We'll be back with more. Keep it locked right here to Holy Culture Radio on SiriusXM and holycultureradio.com.
HCR fam, this has been the Be Positive Music Show, a special edition, a Luke DiMarzio takeover, where we walk through the best in CHH for the fourth quarter of 2024. But before we get out of here, Luke, let us know of the three songs that we played during that third quarter set.
Yeah, first with Gavin the Hot Rod featuring 350 with Grouse Killer.
Yeah, still gotta pray by unneeded ways, protecting these things that don't bring no change and banging on blocks like we about to erase. Look how you was raised.
The second one was Young C and Jackson, Get God on the Phone.
To the backsliders, whenever I needed the guidance, I called him even in the midnight hour. There to remind us he's always beside us. Never on do not disturb or the ring on silence. Once an airplane mode, God is the pilot. When the enemy know that, you just know that he try everything, and I get you to dial it.
And that third one was Jeremiah Blige and Paramount.
How great I am, but the great I am's image on me. How he daily departed on small tees. I dread leaving with more fruit to bear. My talents buried, played it all wrong.
Yeah, that Paramount song is fantastic. The whole album, just go check it out. This is not one of those ones that you just kind of throw on while you're doing stuff. Like you just want to sit down.
It's not background music, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta sit down with it. Really good storytelling, really good. Like a more of a cinematic feel at certain points of the album as well. So you did mention something in our last set that you said December was kind of light. You also mentioned that you hope people held off on making their list. Did you know what album dropped today?
Yeah, Taylor Gray.
Yes. Have you got a chance to listen to it yet?
I listened to like the first 5 tracks and then I had to hop on here.
Dude, we're the same person. Hold on, let me share my screen. Sorry for our radio listeners, you're not going to be able to see this, but this will be for our YouTube. So this is another example why you guys need to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me share my screen.
But yeah, he had Wes Pendleton producing on there, Swoop produced on there, and Peace 586 again. So,
dude,
yeah, Only Die Nice.
I only made it to track 4, so we were literally doing the same thing. Like when I was making sure some of the graphics were good and the radio program was up and running, I was listening to it. I got to track 4, and track 4, I think there's a similar sample that was used on Jared Sanders' "Back the Heck Up."
Oh, I didn't realize that. I just recognized the National Lampoon's Christmas thing at the end there.
Oh yeah. Well, no, wait a minute. I don't think I got that far yet. Then is that one the end of 4?
Yeah, it's
okay.
He's unwrapping. It's when he's. I can't remember what it is. He's unwrapping something and they're talking to him, and it's Clark Griswold. Yeah. Got you.
Because I'm literally only at the 1:10.
Oh, I see that.
Part. So I haven't got there yet. So we literally were doing the same thing while we were prepping for this. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. So,
yeah, I was on the song "The Long Run." Is that number 5? Yeah.
Yep, that's number 5.
So,
yep.
Yeah, legit. I'm at the 108 mark of Long Run. I turned it off. Yeah, I was like one full track ahead of you.
Got you. That's pretty dope. Both big Taylor Gray fans. Oh, the only person, I'm trying to think. The only bigger Taylor Gray fan I know is Dead by Faith, the homie Joshua. He's a big Taylor fan as well. So I need to get him on. To wrap up this year as well. So, but yeah, That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Gosh, I thought it was something else I was going to say to you. I really do think that, especially like the way that you've just kind of crafted these 3 songs for each month, I really feel like you should do more playlists. Like your regular like monthly, just kind of pick out, because I really do feel like all the songs kind of have like a theme to it. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I think the CHH world will appreciate that.
Yeah, man, it's hard creating playlists because I don't know, like I'll create a couple playlists and then like 4 people will listen to it. So I don't know how to get the word out that Luke's doing playlists, right?
Yeah.
I obviously I do playlists for Rapzilla and stuff, and those already have followings on it, so that makes it a lot easier. Makes it feel like I'm like contributing to something. But like I only have one personal playlist that has like over 4,000 followers on it, and then the other ones that I try to like push out, I'll get maybe like 5 downloads on there.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
And so then,
that's fair. I think I tried playlists for like just what I've played in the past month on my show, but it's just like maybe I can do a better job of marketing that and doing that myself next year. So yeah, it's definitely fun getting the word out. I would love to. Maybe I'll hit you offline. I'll hit you offline with another idea of something I'm thinking about doing. So, Holy Culture family, thank you guys for tuning in to yet another edition of a Luke DiMarzio takeover. This will continue. I think he's been on the show probably close to 15 times at this point. It feels like you've been on there that many times. And it's always a blessing to have you on here, bro, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. Appreciate you, man. Yeah.
Yep. So in 2025, you will be back, and hopefully you guys will be back as well. But until next time, I am B+. This is Luke DiMarzio for the Be Positive Music Show. And until next time, peace in, confusion out, and be positive. Hey, what's going on, positive people? Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Make sure you like, share, and leave a comment below of your thoughts on this video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Be positive, y'all.